Gabriel, 9 Australia. The ATP information sheets suggest that you've got your earnings of more money than God's got. And over here, if you go through and win, there's $4,740,000 in earnings. Do the dollars come into your mind at all?
No.
Before, after, during, or anything?
Only euros. Only euros and dinners. Ibrahimovic said something the other day. I watched it. It was so funny. He said he was playing in LA Galaxy at the time, a few years ago, and the journalist asked him whether he refused 100 million to move to another football club. And he said yes, and the journalist said, "But that's a lot of money." He says, "But isn't that important?" And he said, what did he say? Wait a second, I'm trying to remember. He said, money is important. Money is not important. A lot of money is important, and 100 million is not enough. So that was pretty funny. Not that I'm thinking this way, don't get me wrong. But look, it's all public information. Of course, people can see how much we are earning. What the media is not writing about is also the taxes and also all the other expenses, but that's fine. But I cannot sit here and talk about money as an issue in my life or anything like that. I've been very blessed and lucky, and it comes as a consequence of my tennis and the success that I've had along with my family and my team. I think that every euro that I've earned was through hard sweat and tears. So I don't take anything for granted, because I know how it feels like having zero on the table, and 5 family members, and war and sanctions, and let's not forget where I come from and in which kind of era I was growing up. So I know exactly the opposite side, which helps me in life, I think, to appreciate everything I earn more.
Ubaldo Scanagatta, ubitennis.net, ubitennis.es, and well, you're going to play your 8 finals, ATP finals. What do you remember as the best of the 5 that you won? What is the best memory? And what was the biggest disappointment on those 2 that you lost? And about Serbia, what you just said, the only thing that doesn't seem fair in a way is that only 2 journalists from Serbia are covering everything and everywhere. You should help also the media.
Also, I should pay for the media. Okay.
Think about the media.
No problem. I get the point. That wouldn't be fair, I think. Well, I don't know. Anyway, the best memory from the finals would be probably trying to remember the year against Roger, when I made that passing shot down the line on the match point. I think it was 2014 or 15, when I won against him. And the toughest loss, well, in the finals I had, as you mentioned, 2 of them would probably be against Murray. Yeah, that year in 2016, and when we were actually fighting for a year and number 1, and he won. So yeah.
Hi Novak, Simone Terno, Eurosport.it. The fact that you play less than you used to in the past, still on this topic about the physical side, is it helping or not? I mean, you usually arrive at the end of the season that you're struggling because you played a lot, but it seems that having not played so much this year is not helping either.
Well, maybe I have not struggled as much as some other top players in the past 15 years at the end of the season. You know, I didn't have majority of the seasons that feeling of struggle at the end. I actually played really well throughout my career, indoor last 3-4 tournaments. I won this World Tour Finals 5 times, played another few finals, won Bercy many times. So I had a very strong finish generally. So I can't talk about being in a position of struggling. Whether I play less or more, it has always been a case of strong finish for me.
Novak, Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Yesterday you got sort of very philosophical about tennis, and I was just curious, is that the way you've sort of always understood the game, or has that evolved over the years?
Well, I would like to believe that I'm evolving as anybody else, hopefully in a positive way, and experiencing changes on my body, and of course with my mentality, with my mind, with my character. We all are evolving and moving along. Every single year we are different people, so of course with the different circumstances in life you adapt to them, and you try to be the better version that you have been the year before, not just in terms of athleticism or results or tennis, but just in general. There is more experience, there is more, I like to maybe believe, some wisdom as well in terms of how I see things related to my sport and my life. So of course it's different than, I'm seeing tennis different and the life around tennis today than I have seen it 15 years ago. But I've always been very thorough with my approach and analysis on and off the court. I was taught and educated and developed, basically. I developed that kind of approach and mentality because of my Jelena Gencic, my first serious tennis coach that passed away. So she was very professional, and she had that holistic approach to everything. So I inherited that from her, I learned that from her. And throughout my life I was really like that always. I really cared about every single aspect. But of course, as I was getting older and each year was passing, more things, more lessons learned, more things added, some maybe put away, and creates a formula of success that is obviously working for you, but maybe not for somebody else.
You serve huge, you return incredible with big servers, and you have a special relationship with the lines, looks like. And if you have to choose the surface where you play the match of your life, you will choose this one, and why?
I don't think I would choose this one, to be honest. It's, even though I've been playing well, don't get me wrong, of course. If I have to talk about indoor, I'll probably choose a surface that is slightly slower than this one. It's really, really fast. So of course, when you serve well, it helps. But when you don't serve well, you have to struggle a lot and find a way to win from the baseline. That's what I can say. Historically, I've always played pretty well indoor, in different speed of the court, different balls. So I adjust well. I think that's probably one of the virtues that and one of the strengths that I had throughout my career. I adjust very well to the opponent, to the surface, and I always wanted to play equally well on all surfaces. Even though I grew up in Serbia, mostly playing on clay. And I haven't played on grass till I was 17, I think, first time. But over the years, I had a special relationship with the grass. So I'm really happy that I was able to develop this kind of all-round success on all the conditions and tournaments.
Hermano, hasta aquí llegó el video de hoy. Si te gustó, suscríbete y dale like porque tu apoyo es muy importante para nosotros. Golpea de revés a la vida y no te pierdas el video mostrado en pantalla. Es tan divertido que si no lo ves te puedes arrepentir.